Have you ever looked at an ABG report and felt completely confused? pH, partial pressure of carbon dioxide, bicarbonate, base axis, oxygenation, it all looks complicated. But today I am going to teach you the simplest clinical method that doctors and ICU nurses actually use. By the end of this class, you will be able to interpret any ABG confidently in less than 60 seconds. Who all have visited first time on this channel, please do subscribe and watch. First, we'll see the objectives. After this class, you will be able to understand what an ABG measures, know when to order an ABG, perform arterial sampling safely, avoid common mistakes, interpret ABGs step by step, diagnose acid-base disorders, understand compensation, recognize life-threatening ABGs, and then we'll see one's outline. Here we are going to discuss about introduction, what is an ABG, physiology, parameters, indications, contraindications, equipment, Allen test, procedure, sample handling, interpretation, practice cases, clinical pulse, and then common mistakes. We'll start. What is an ABG? Here ABG stands for Arterial Blood Gas Analysis. It is a blood test taken from any artery to evaluate oxygenation, ventilation, acid-base balance. And unlike venous blood, ABG shows the patient's actual respiratory status. Why is ABG important? We'll see here. ABG helps diagnose and then respiratory failure, COPD, asthma, acute respiratory distress syndrome, and then sepsis, shock, and then diabetic ketoacidosis, kidney failure, poisoning, cardiac arrest, ventilator settings, and then critical illness. Here we need to think of ABG as three questions. Question 1 is very important, you need to understand. Is the patient getting enough oxygen? And then next question, is the patient ventilating properly? And then last question, is the body's pH normal? We'll see. Components of ABG, arterial blood gas. Normal values, pH, that is 7.35 to 7.45. And then partial pressure of carbon dioxide is 35 to 45 mm of Hg. And then partial pressure of oxygen in arterial blood, that is 80 to 100 mm of Hg. And then bicarbonate is 22 to 26 MEq per liter. And then oxygen saturation is 95 to 100%. And then base axis -2 to +2. And then lactate is 0.5 to 2 mm, that is mole per liter. And then easy memory trick. Memory trick is that lungs control CO2, kidneys control, that is lungs control carbon dioxide, kidneys control bicarbonate, that is hydrogen carbonate, and then both control pH. You have to keep it in mind. Next, understanding each value. We'll see. pH, normal pH is 7.35 to 7.45. And then if the pH is low, it is named as acidosis. If it is high, that is alkalosis. And then partial pressure of carbon dioxide here, PaCO₂. Respiratory component here, high CO2, respiratory acidosis. Low CO2, that is low carbon dioxide, that is respiratory alkalosis. And then we'll see hydrogen carbonate, that is bicarbonate. Here metabolic, it is a metabolic component. Here high bicarbonate, metabolic alkalosis. Low bicarbonate, metabolic acidosis. Easily you can remember, right? And then this one, oxygen saturation. Sorry, that is partial pressure of oxygen. It measures oxygen dissolved in blood. Normal 80 to 100 mm of Hg. Lower values indicates hypoxemia. Less oxygen supply, that is less oxygen in blood. And then oxygen saturation. Here percentage of HP, that is hemoglobin carrying oxygen. That is nothing but a oxygen saturation. You need to understand percentage of HB carrying oxygen. Next, when should you order an ABG? Here, in the cases of shortness of breath, chest pain, COPD, asthma, diabetic ketoacidosis, sepsis, and then shock, poisoning, mechanical ventilation, respiratory failure, cardiac arrest, and trauma. In this case, you need to order an ABG, arterial blood gas analysis. Contraindications. Avoid ABG if poor collateral circulation and then local infection, arteriovenous fistula, and then severe peripheral vascular disease, and then coagulopathy. And then common arterial sites. This is the major thing. You need to keep it in mind. Radial artery, brachial artery, and then femoral artery. These are the common sites of arterial. This one, arterial sites. Why radial? It is easy and then superficial, safe, and then good collateral circulation, and then less complications we can see. And then equipments required: ABG syringe, heparinized syringe, needle, gloves, alcohol swab, sterile gauge, and then ice pack, chaps container, and then local anesthetic. That is optional. And then we'll see Allen test. What is the purpose of this test? Here it checks collateral circulation, and then steps are here: compress radial and ulnar arteries, and then ask patient to make fist, and then palm becomes pale. Release ulnar artery, and then palm should become pinker within 5 to 15 seconds. If not, avoid radial artery. This is an Allen test. Next, ABG sampling procedure. Step 1. Explain procedure.
We need to do an arterial blood gas test to measure the oxygen in your blood. It's a quick sample taken right here from your wrist.
And then wear PPE. And then position wrist. Locate pulse, and then clean skin. Of that, insert needle in a 45-degree angle, and then bevel up. After that, next step is arterial pressure fills syringe automatically. Never pull plunger. And then withdraw needle. Apply pressure minimum 5 minutes. Longer if anticoagulated. Next, sample handling. How to handle it? Remove air bubbles. Cap syringe. Mix gently. Send immediately. If delayed, transport on ice. Next, we'll see step-by-step ABG interpretation. The 6-step method. Here, first we need to check pH, and then check CO2. After that, check bicarbonate. After that, determine primary disorder, and then check compensation, and then assess oxygenation. Easy rule is Rome respiratory, opposite, metabolic, equal. It's a rule here. You can remember like this. Rome, that is respiratory opposite, metabolic equal. In that ratio you will get. Here, respiratory, pH decreases, carbon dioxide increases. Opposite direction, respiratory acidosis. Like this, we can diagnose. And then respiratory pH increases, CO2 decreases, respiratory alkalosis. Next, metabolic, pH decreases, bicarbonate decreases, same direction, metabolic acidosis. And then again metabolic, pH increases, bicarbonate increases, same here, equal it is. And then metabolic alkalosis we can. And then compensation is body tries to normalize pH, lungs compensate within minutes, and then kidneys compensate over hours to days, and then compensation never overcorrects the pH. Next we'll see an example, okay. pH 7.28, CO2 55, bicarbonate 25, diagnosis respiratory acidosis. And then second example comes to second example. Another one example is here. pH is 7.52, carbon dioxide is 28, bicarbonate 24. Diagnosis. What is diagnosis? We can easily diagnose that with a simple rule. Respiratory alkalosis. Next an example, another one. pH is 7.20 and then CO2 is 30, bicarbonate is 50. Diagnose. Yes, metabolic acidosis. Easily you can. And then another one example is pH 7.50, CO2 48, bicarbonate 34. Diagnosis metabolic alkalosis. Next we'll see causes. Okay, respiratory acidosis. Causes COPD, drug overdose, respiratory depression, and then neuromuscular disease. And then respiratory alkalosis. This one is for the respiratory acidosis. These are the causes. Next one is respiratory alkalosis. Here causes are hyperventilation, anxiety, pregnancy, pulmonary embolism, and then pain. Next, metabolic acidosis. These are the causes. Okay, diabetic ketoacidosis, sepsis, renal failure, diarrhea, shock, and lactic acidosis. Next, alkalosis, metabolic alkalosis. These are the reasons, causes: vomiting, NG suction, this one suction, and then diuretics, excess bicarbonate. These are the causes for metabolic alkalosis. Next, we'll see high yield ICU pills. That is, always interpret clinically. Never rely on pH alone. Check oxygenation and then look at lactate. Consider compensation. Compare previous ABGs. Read the patient, not just the numbers. Next, common mistakes you need to avoid. That is, ignoring oxygenation, not removing air bubble, delayed analysis, pulling plunger during sampling, and then forgetting Allen test. Allen test is must had to perform. Forgetting Allen test and then misinterpreting compensation. These are the common mistakes we need to avoid. Next, practical tips. Very helpful. Palpate the artery before cleaning. Use pre-heparinized syringe and then expel air bubbles immediately. Label the sample with oxygen therapy details and time of collection. And then apply firm pressure after puncture, at least 5 minutes. Okay. And then monitor the puncture site for bleeding, hematoma, pain, numbness, or signs of compromised circulation. Okay, we'll see rapid 60-second ABG interpretation algorithm. We'll see. Here first we need to check pH. Very important. Pay attention. Low, acidosis. If it is pH is low, it is acidosis. High, alkalosis. And then partial pressure of carbon dioxide. Here check PaCO₂. If it is high, respiratory acidosis. If it is low, respiratory alkalosis. And then check bicarbonate. If it is low, metabolic acidosis. If it is high, metabolic alkalosis. And then identify the primary disorder. Does pH change in the same direction as carbonate or the opposite direction of respiratory? Here you need to identify, you need to observe that direction as metabolic or the opposite direction of respiratory. Assess compensation. Is the compensatory response appropriate? And then if not, suspect a mixed acid-base disorder. And then assess oxygenation review. That is partial pressure of oxygen and then oxygen saturation in the context of the patient's oxygen therapy. At last, we'll see summary ones. An ABG is one of the most valuable bedside investigation in emergency medicine, critical care, anesthesia, and respiratory medicine. By following a consistent interpretation sequence, that is pH, PaCO₂, CO3, that is bicarbonate, compensation, and then oxygenation, you can accurately diagnose most acid-base disorders and make safer clinical decisions with regular practice using real clinical cases. ABG interpretation becomes a rapid and reliable skill rather than a memorization exercise. I hope you all are very clear with the topic. Please give it a like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.